So, today, the day of recording, the 30th of July, the dev server was open, and I took a look inside, so did a lot of other people, and right now behind me, you should see some gameplay footage of me messing around with the various vehicles and the test flight and test drive things. There's no one playing, so I can't research the new vehicles, and I have no money, so I can't buy the new vehicles. Besides, it would be pointless. There's no one to play with because it's the dev server. It's empty. Also, if you want to get a bit more in-depth look at what was on the dev server as of today or whatever, I will link in the description to a Reddit page where a Redditor had taken 28 photos of various things in the dev server, including the new vehicles. Besides the dev server being open today, there was also a leak that I found on Reddit of 4 upcoming planes and some changes that will happen to the game. The 4 planes weren't given their actual names, just abbreviated versions, but a simple Google search cleared up any confusion. First one on the list, the Curtiss-Wright Goshawk, a biplane used primarily by China, the United States, the Royal Thai Air Force, and Argentinian Air Force. This will probably be a low-tier US plane. Probably will have a cool Republic of China camo with it. This one's pretty interesting because the main user of it was China, so it has one 7.62 machine gun and one 50 caliber machine gun. It can carry 215 kilograms of bombs. Next on the list, something that was very exciting and concerning, the Bloch MB.150. Originally a French plane, had quite different many variations, the 157 being a prototype tested by the Germans. So knowing that, this is most likely going to be a German premium, although I wonder if they're hinting towards a potential French Air Force. After that is the Lockheed Hudson, a light bomber initially built for the Royal Air Force, but also used by the United States and mainly just the Allies in general. I'm not sure who's going to use this one, either the English or the Americans, because both of them operate it. It is an American-built one, but it seems as if the English used it more. We'll be getting the Mark V Hudson. Finally, the Curtiss-Wright CW-21. This I found very interesting because it was built by the United States, but it was primarily used by China's Nationalist Air Force and the Royal Netherlands East Indies Army. It has 2 50 cals and 2 30 cals. Its overall performance fits pretty low on the tree, though it is a pretty well all-around airplane. Nothing too amazing though. Where this plane ends up, it will most likely end up on the US tree, probably a premium because it's not exactly common. If you've noticed, 3 out of the 4 of these aircraft were used by China. So hey, what if they're doing something a little weird? You know, maybe they're gonna try to make a Chinese tech tree, which would be odd, unnecessary, and unwelcome to many. Next up, I'm gonna go over the various dev blogs that happened through the week. I have been doing individual videos for most of them, but if in case anyone has missed those videos, just want to quickly go over them. First up, the Key 100, essentially a Key 61 with a different engine, a bit slower, good firepower. Currently in the dev server, it is at 3.0 in the folder with the first 2 Key 61s that you get. The T-62, a new top tier Russian medium tank. This one's a bit concerning because half the community is concerned about Russian bias, the other half is concerned about its long reload. I haven't gotten to any top tier tanks yet, so my opinion is quite irrelevant. After that, another source of controversy, the M4A5. This one I was not able to do a individual video on because I was swimming in a lake. Canadian built tank, the Ram Mark II, was given the US designation M4A5. Now, it's a Canadian built tank, Canada's part of the Commonwealth. Everyone's saying, hey, it should be in the British tech tree, because you know, and personally I think it should too as well, but don't lose hope, because an administrator had replied to people's concerns. Guys, please, just because it started out in the US tree as the M4A5 based on the Lee, used by the US too, doesn't mean it will only be there in the end. So what I'm assuming that means is that they're going to add one to the British tree as well, under the actual name. Next up, not a new vehicle, but almost as good, The HE-111H6 bomber has gotten its model updated from the crap that it used to be. The new model looks fantastic. They added a extra gun, and they did a bunch of other cool stuff. Overall, it doesn't really change gameplay much because it is just a model update, but it's a needed one. The plane looked crap, now it doesn't look crap. In the comment section of this dev blog, the administrators were answering some questions. One person asked for the B and E versions of the HE-111, and an administrator replied with, right now it's hard to say. Another person asked if this applies to all HE-111s, and the administrator replied with, for now, only the H6 model. The H3 and the H16 are different. With that said though, the H3 and the H16 really need a model update, because they look just as bad as the H6 does right now. Another piece of news, they've updated the Thunder League ground battles. I don't pay attention to this stuff much, but it's rather interesting if you're down with Thunder Leaguing. I'm hoping that they're trying to get people ramped up for another Thunder League event where they can give away tickets and whatnot and vehicles and all that cool stuff. On a similar note, the Squadron Battle system has become a seasonal system with better rewards, cool new clan tag decorator thingies, some decals that you get. Really, it's all for bragging rights. If you're down with clan battles and whatnot, this stuff probably interests you a lot. I unfortunately don't care too much, but all these links and whatnot will be in the description below. During the shooting range, quite a few questions got answered with some nice results. First question was about non-premium ATGM for UK, and, well, unsurprisingly, they're like, yeah, eventually. Another person asked about machine guns not working, and they replied with, they plan to have it so all machine guns on every tank work, which made me think about the M2, a tier 1 American tank that is covered in machine guns. Like, are they going to have all of those ones firing? Because that's the thing's going to turn to the 4th of July. And the next question was asking about later model Corsairs, and the reply was unfortunately not anytime soon. I don't know why. Corsairs look cool, the later model ones would be cool. And then the final question was about the P-47 Razorback, which they replied with, it's coming eventually. Hopefully we get some of these soon. I'm hoping the British get their ATGM this patch. I hope they change their mind on the Corsairs. And I don't know much about the Razorback, but the more planes the merrier. As a last bit of news, something very interesting and exciting, Gaijin Network Limited will have a booth at Gamescom. Now, as anyone who knows anything about anything, you don't get a booth at a major gaming convention for basic advertising. You can do that online. You get a booth at a convention like Gamescom to reveal something coming up in the game, whether it be not just a regular patch, like it has to be something big, like, I don't know, maybe a new tree, maybe a new game mode. I want to know what you think they're gonna show at Gamescom. Or hey, if you think they're not going to show anything at all, tell me that too. But anyways, thanks for watching. I'll try to keep up to date on all the news and try to make any more mini episodes if there's any other dev blogs. If you have any questions or just want to comment on any of the stories that I brought up, leave a comment and I will read them. If you've enjoyed this video, hit the like button. If you did not enjoy it, please dislike the video. If you want to see more, subscribe, and I'll keep making these. Have a good day.